The third game. Hello, second. I don't know. Sometimes I just make noises to start the stream. Like screaming into the mic. Anyway, it's October 14th. It's not really, but you know. District Court Lobby number 4. Before we officially start, let's look over some of the files. Give a refresher on a lot of things. We have this poster of Yum. The Army fake golden statue carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime. Moved again that night, so it got moved during the crime. The mask's calling card sent before a heist. The emblem is top secret. Obviously sent by our detective friend who was in jail. The warehouse camera went off once at around 1 a.m. at the night of the crime. The mask knocked with the shishito. The mask knocked at me out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head, although if you update that, it did not happen. I don't know what exactly happened with this thing, but it's not, I don't know, maybe he knocked himself out. A photo of the storeroom entrance taken by the camera on the night of the crime. There is the mask, aka Luke at me as him. The blackmail letter found in Ron's room. Sent by the dude who's dead. Not great. Ron's wallet. KB security building. 1 a.m. night of the crime. Ron, also the office key. 1 a.m. Shot of the mask striking the pose. This was important. Maybe not important anymore. We found that. It got torn off. And this came from his spare costume. His first costume that he had to leave behind in the first crime he ever did. Yes, I remember that exactly. Time of death, 10:12, 1 a.m. Cerebral hemorrhaging, a blunt trauma to the head. I don't remember what the murder weapon is, or we don't know what it is yet. It could be could it be this? It is blunt-ish, but it's kind of pointy. I don't know how that would be here. But it's possible. There he is. There's Ron. Connected to the basement security office. There are no fingerprints on it. It got hit probably by being pushed onto it. Maybe an elbow. Not sure. Kane's list found on a table at the crime scene. That's the prices of the real prices of these things or something. Not too sure actually. He kept a ledger of it. So Kane was probably the actual Damask, technically. He was blackmailing Ron. The buzzer went off once at 1:02. Ron's testimony. From Damask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. The broken urn repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in a box, kept out of sight. Then she also dropped it 2 weeks ago. Also knocked over some paint. Has pink stains on it. And that's all of the evidence that we can think of. What this means? Obviously it's a suicide. Case closed. Hey Nick, you know that's not right, right? Nah, I know, of course it's not. What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? What the fuck? Why did you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. They're having it at the same time? Detective Atme? They say they're gonna try him as Mask to Mask. Already? That was fast. Nick, these trials are fast. They do that all the time. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? What was that? I know. What the fuck? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Don't ignore me! Oh. Hey, Ron? How you doing? Oh, Mr. Delight. Good morning. No one likes me. Yeah, what are you talking about, buddy? No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, he's not. No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to help him commit the heists. How's Judge gonna believe that, man? He's not gonna believe shit I say. He usually doesn't. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Oh, we need to prove that someone else is masked other than Luke at me. Only Luke was masked at one time. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I swear if you throw coffee at me. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's not gonna say anything. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. But I like your visor, so I agree with it. Huh. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes. Well, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim of Kane... Someone has to know what's going on. That dude over there, I don't think he knows anything. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. Dead. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. He's just sipping that coffee. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. Okay. You shouldn't be drinking any close to that at all, otherwise you would be dead from the caffeine overdose. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness. Mr. Godot! Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Oh, well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Yes, we do. We don't want him as a witness, right? Don't let him put it up there. Do not put him up there. Maybe a bit of disadvantage having the defendant testify, but I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. Phoenix, you met this dude like 2 days ago. I mean, he was telling the truth though. He is just a thief, but come on, man. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts. Trite. Why does everyone not call me by my name? Edge refused to. All right. Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes, What? No, it's not true. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking keel over, man. Come on. I just fucking. It just ask one question immediately. Says, yeah, sure. Case closed. I guess we get to go home. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Billard, why did you go to KB Security? Oh, well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where the office was. "1 a.m. The exact time when the murder took place." The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. You don't drink tides, dude. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. I don't know what he's saying. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. That's right. Your cross-examination, if you please. This motherfucker talks in riddles. He's just writing slam poetry right now. "1 a.m., huh?" I keep thinking it's saying "I am" because it's a fucking error. I just keep thinking it's saying "I am." So you're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No, actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Yeah. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so but why am I reading this again? It ordered you there. It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this, or take that. Hold it! Why don't you save these shows for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now what should I do? Let's just press harder. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing a murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. That doesn't look good. That means that you could have also just brought a weapon and killed him. Oh, Mr. Right. After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Nothing to hold over your head, dude. You're Master Mask. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. I have to contradict my own defendant's fucking testimony. The blackmail trick didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Let's talk about this first thing. Where is it? I could do that one, but I'm probably gonna say it's this one. Yeah. You serious? What do you mean it's not gonna cause you trouble? Motherfucker, you are the goddamn Master Mask! You would have been arrested for stealing things! Oh, I'm gonna start off with 2 minus points. That doesn't make any sense. Call bullshit on that. I contradicted my own client. When I was me, I contradicted Phoenix's statement all the time for lying up there. Let's just press this. What do you mean by that? Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole Master Mask thing, but I wasn't worried. Mr. Buller didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. Aww. So that's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Let me just drink some water. Now let's talk about this, huh? You used to be security chief for KP Security, right? Yes, that's right. The security chief? You? yeah, that's a little... And yet a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. How's life after being fired, buddy? What'd you do after being fired from KP Security? I spent a lot of time looking for work, but then I decided I wanted to start something myself. Not good. This is going from bad to worse. Bad subject change. So I started looking at books, TV, and movies, learning all I could about masked men. Masked men? Hold it! So you want to try drawing a comic, right? About masked men? No, that's not right. Hold it! Your Honor, let's move along, shall we? But you asked a question. You're being quite odd today, Mr. Wright. My brain is spinning buzzsaw one notch closer to my own neck, Mr. U.S. Attorney. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. With the Kane's list. I'm actually not sure. So we're not... What I'm getting from this case is that we're going to try to not reveal that he's Master Mask, because that just complicates so many things. But then how do I contradict his statement? is Ron in the background. I did the Kane's list. That didn't work either. We could try Ron's wallet. No. I assumed he would be like, I did went there, I guess. Hollow tracks, huh? How about we press the other question? There were 2 questions to this, so we can press the other one. Why was he fired? Mr. Light, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. I'm sorry? Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullet found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I'd never asked that, but we were never going to progress anyway if I didn't. I was somehow able to keep it a secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes. I'm sorry. It's a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. How does Desi not know? But why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So, Mr. Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. Can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. This could be it. That or could have just been a completely different thing. I'm thinking right now, which thing should I go against? I assume this one. Fired for selling company secrets. Sorry, it was like noise outside. I muted the mic for a bit. Shit, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. This is why we should never put our defendants on the stand. Because I don't know what to say. Blackmail threat didn't cause me trouble or anything. Let's just try contradicting this one with the other stuff that I had. With the Canes list, we could do that. I don't know. I'm actually very confused right now. Because usually all the other trials, you know, the first trial in this game was like literally like, you know, just because you're lying, you have to tell the whole truth, Phoenix, so we'll get you off of murder. And it's like, okay. And then we contradict his statement. But now it's like, okay, listen. As Phoenix, I can't let him tell the truth about him being mask to mask, I guess. So I'm just gonna avoid that entire question. I was like, what? No, I'm trying to figure it out. It's just, I assume I have to get Ron to talk more about stuff. Something he's hiding. Let's try pressing this again. We already talked about that. So we don't talk about that. We avoid that question entirely. Why would you do something like that? At least that's what it sounds like to me. He's hiding something and I gotta find a way to get him to not to just talk about it. We already got him to talk about the fact that he was stealing data from his company, apparently. Which I did not know. I think he would tell his lawyer that, but no. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do either. That was actually an accident. I'll present my attorney's badge. Oh, I meant to push profiles. I'm glad that is okay. R1 is profiles. Thank you. Hits criminals and cowards more than anything. We could do that one. No. Not true at all. Deep breaths. My brain hurty. Now, so not only is I'm having trouble with this, there's also music outside! Please! Huh. I'm actually lost. I think I may just ask, what am I supposed to do here? You know what? Wait. Just... okay. I uncovered this. That seems to be the big key here. Because I uncovered this. I gotta get Ron. Tell me more about this. He won't tell me. I pressed it before. Red diamond? Why would you talk about the red diamond? If you don't, I'll take that red diamond of you received the other day instead. I don't know what that even means. Like, could it be a euphemism or something? Like a metaphor for Desi? He does drive like a red. It could be one of the things he stole. Tear of Emanon. I don't know. Also, I don't know if you can even hear that music outside right now. It's getting really annoying. I don't know why it's happening right now. It shouldn't be happening right now. Okay, that's good at least. We'll just hope that that's the case. It sometimes does get picked up on the mic a little bit, but whatever. Maybe it doesn't get heard. Anyway. Yeah, this is so weird, because here's my thought process. I've talked about this before, like, because of that first case, it's like, whatever, I'm just gonna get I'm gonna tell have my defendant say everything. But it's like, now I'm like, oh no, let's not have the defendant talk about mask to mask at all. I was like, but you think you would? Because if we just go back on it and be like, listen, he has to probably say that so he doesn't get a fucking murder charge. I'm not sure. It seems true to questioning. He's like, Phoenix is like, oh, can't let him talk about that. Let's just nip that in the bud. You can't talk about that right now. So that's why I'm so confused. It's like, what does the game exactly want? He's avoiding something. We don't find a way to make him spill the beans. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, give me a hint, because I'm actually really at a loss about this. This is kind of annoying. Order me to go there. Black Mildred didn't scare me. Was this supposed to be it? But even then, I don't know. It seems like Desi doesn't know anything. I've talked to her before. It seems like she's immensely clueless. That or she's just really good at hiding the truth. Yeah, but through the evidence and investigation, we have proven that he did plan other heists. Technically, there's a real master mask, someone who's making him do it, but like... he planned them, sure. That or he's delusional, which would be funny. Fired me from selling company secrets. Yes, he was fired from his job. Yeah, let's talk about him being fired from his job. Why did he keep this, I guess? I guess let him keep it. Yeah, I guess they had to let him keep it, that's the thing. I thought it would reveal something like, oh no, I had it, I stole it or something. Went off once 1:02 a.m. on the October 2nd to October 12th in the CEO's office. I don't know. At this point, I'm sort of just taking all of them and being like, maybe something will unlock if I do this. It's hard to know what logic this game sometimes wants me to do. This is the worst it's been for me, I feel. Like, I'm not sure. Hang on. Maybe it's just him. Used to work for a guard or KB security. Claims he's Master Mask. I already tried Desi. That didn't work out. Just press this again. Press it 3 times. Why not? Watch it. That's the thing. Alright, give me 2 more minutes and I'll ask for the answer, because we've been going on this for a while, and I do want to keep going. And I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like it's supposed to be so obvious. It's about his work. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Fire me for selling company secrets. Storeroom entrance, take him to the camera and the night of the crime. Found in the Yami face statue. Blunt trauma to the head. He said he got knocked out, if I remember correctly. He got knocked out by the culprit, which we don't know who it was. The buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. at the CEO's office. We can't talk about that because, yeah, these 3 are just not at all yet something we could talk about. The nice detective, he has acknowledged that he is in fact Master Mask. I should have rolled cards with anything. Alright, a second. I can't stay here forever, so, what am I supposed to press? And what am I gonna have to press it with? Because I'm not... Yeah, I can't do this. I assume the list had something to do with this. I don't... No, there's also a problem of, like, taking too long between days of streaming this game. I knew I probably should have streamed it during the weekend, but I just had other shit to do. I thought I did. I thought I already did. I'm losing my mind. No, it's not. It didn't work. I did that already. Is it the other statement? Maybe it's one of the other statements. It probably is. It could be this one. Like, he's afraid of his wife. That's a thing that he would be afraid of. Okay, he's afraid of his wife finding out. You know what? That makes sense. I guess that is a thing I should have figured out. I'll give the game that one. A little bit. But it was still very obtuse. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match with what you told me yesterday. What doesn't? I think you must have been very scared of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person? Yeah, I unlocked the second option, which kind of confused me, because usually that's not how that works. I think that's just that was just a mistake option, I don't know. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Listen to me. My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Kato! Yes, we know. It's all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Oh yeah? That's odd. Yeah, we did get a little bit of that. Yes. Don't talk about my Desi like that! Or you'll be sorry! Well, it seems that we learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect her secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. Duh! What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us! We're all ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Oh. The shadow looks like Luke. God damn it. Swear, how does he go to 2 places at once? Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. Is that part of his plan? To get arrested for the mask thing? To lie? Again? Is it like a double lie? That's genius. That's genius if it is. But why? Why be involved in this at all? It could just be a red herring. I don't know. Well, we'll keep going. Let's just pretend that Luke wasn't there. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. I see. It's only hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Amy turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I was really attacked! We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. Why can everyone just assault people in the courtroom? You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Kato. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. The CEO's office. Describe the shadow. Who was the suspicious shadow? If there were 1,000 of me and even one you, I'd tell you, trust me. He's dodging all of our questions. His dodging all of our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay then, how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at the time? What do you mean, how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Why are you asking me? I don't know. But forget it. He just got knocked out. He couldn't remember. Your forehead. Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So, I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Don't attack your own, defend it, Phoenix. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. What were you wearing? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Master Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask the Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO. The office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me. He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Thanks, buddy. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know, sometimes things just slip your mind. Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring at me coldly. What's wrong with you? You're gonna die. Don't do this. Caffeine overdoses are real. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than expected. Took a lot longer? No, press harder. What do you mean it took a lot longer, buddy? Oh, opening the safe, of course. Oh god, he's gonna mention. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullets from me. I remember this tidbit. Nearly forgot it, but yeah, I do remember. Good job, buddy. You're doing great. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hit the body in the safe. Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? Oh. What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. I'm just gonna ignore you right now. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Just like this game's puzzles. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, Yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness! Make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in on over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, huh? Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Come on, my guy. Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. What are you fucking... You're not helping the case. You're not helping anything. What are you doing, my guy? Oh, that's not exactly what I meant. When I saw the corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, everybody's corpse. They'll think I did it. Well, they think you did it anyway, my guy. Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. Certainly makes more sense. It does. Hold on. 10 minutes. What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick. If you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in the testimony either. I bet you he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. I just hope he doesn't make things more complicated. Do I press it again? Maybe. Let's try pressing again. Because this is where we can present evidence in the middle of this conversation. The wireless camera went off once at around 1 AM on the night of crime. Around 1 AM. Oh. Used on October 12th, night of crime at 1 AM. 1 AM. Buzzer bist. The buzzer ding. Maybe this. Yeah. The buzzer went off and he got panicked and he's like, oh no, I have to hide the body. Your Honor, please could you take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects to the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once, at 1:02 AM. What? If Mr. Rondelite truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Objection! Huh! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Objection! Bitch! Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. Objection! Shut up! But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who'd just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend. Fucking savage. And wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. It was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer go off. Objection. The buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Fine. Let's hear your theory. Thank you. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Hang on. Got a pillow here. Got a pillow in my chair. Why am I in it? It's like, you know why, Larry. You know why. Should have been doing your job, Larry. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. That's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So, what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight, and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, this is... Objection! This is preposterous! Who was this kid? Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullen! Objection! We just yell objection all day. I can yell objection till the cows come home. I'll yell it for 5 days straight in this courtroom, even though we can only go for 3 days. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Shit. So Campbell had started off the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullet who sounded the buzzer? No fingerprints on it. The autopsy report says 1 a.m. Is it that accurate? Is it like 1 a.m. versus 1:02 a.m.? I mean, in Phoenix Wright world, sure. Fuck it. You can be like, yes, we can pinpoint the exact time of the autopsy of a death of a body. The exact time, to the minute. And so that could be it. That could be the reasoning. Let's just go with yeah, sure. I'll prove it, all right. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. A piece of evidence that proves that the victim proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer.
Autopsy report?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Godot?
Huh? I can hear it. The sound of a buzzer.
Huh?
It's going off inside your head at this very moment. The emergency buzzer of your heart.
Is it really?
Maybe just a little.
Mr. Wise, you need to think more carefully.
Maybe just a little. Oof. Guess there goes your chance to become an ace detective. Come, listen more carefully. Maybe the truth will be elegantly revealed. Creepy. You sound like Detective Atme. Oh, I didn't go back, so that means I do have the piece of evidence that can prove that he was the one that didn't press the buzzer. Are we gonna go with the fact that there were no fingerprints on it? Because, like I said, you could just, like, put your elbow on it. There's no blood on it either. Like, yeah, sure, let's go with that one though. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought on what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now, I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullet had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. Hey, Scott. Yeah, I'm trying. Like I said, this entire theory could just be ruined. You just press your elbow on the buzzer. You put your back on it. How like, is there like an indent that if you like accidentally put your back on the buzzer, you got hit? That you can't really do that? You have to take off a glass or something? You know what? Whatever. Fuck it. Let's go with the fact that, yeah, sure. Everyone in this universe just presses buzzers with their fingers. You got knocked into the wall and then you get put on the ground. It's probably how. Okay. Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. Objection. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. As as he got hit in the head, his body just sort of fell back and hit the buzzer, and then it fell down. And then someone put him into the safe, which was wrong. He touched that button. I know he did. I don't know. I'm thinking 3 steps ahead. I'm thinking the whole narrative here of why fingerprints wouldn't be on that buzzer. Tons of reasons the prosecutor could use, but he doesn't. He doesn't go against me with that. That's why he's a terrible prosecutor. Not doing great. I had more trouble with Von Karma's than him. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order! 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 It would seem. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavor coffee is. I have no idea. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What is with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha! It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. Turn on you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts, please. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullet at around 1 a.m. Blech. Mr. Light just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? Bam! Hit him in the head. The killer clobbered Mr. Light and then sounded the buzzer. Even the security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. Oh, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why does a real killer sound the emergency buzzer? To find out what it did. Oh, I wonder what this button does. Oh, I could save. You know, I want to see what that answer is. There you go. To find out what it did. In all probability, the killer didn't know what the button was for. What do you mean? The killer probably thought, I wonder what this does. Oh, that's exactly how I make a lot of my mistakes too. Oh my god. Don't say that. I'm trying to prove you're not the killer. Ha! Is there a functioning brain underneath all that ridiculous hair, Mr. Trite? Motherfucker, your hair is just as ridiculous. I mean, I guess mine is like a weird spiky, but you know what? Shut up. Huh? The panel around the button is labeled quite clearly. It says emergency buzzer. No! Let me guess. Maybe next you'll want to claim this mysterious killer was illiterate. Maybe, you don't know. One more time. No, let's just rewind. They didn't mean to. No, it's called the security guard. That was worth it. The killer knew that if they pressed a button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Yeah, went to the clock repair store. And got punched by the owner. Ha, what a touching story. You're saying the killer had to change a heart and called the guard to turn himself in. Nope. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullet, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then. I like how we have to say hypothetically, even though that is truly what happened. In this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. Yum, coffee. This chicks are goddamn it. I have water here, but I'm not doing that. Order! 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 It would seem. Hang on, I need some more coffee. Yum. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait. My realism, my immersion. I don't want to spit on my PlayStation 5. Wait a second. I'm the only one and only Master Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet. But think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. And they also knew that he had been called to keep his security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Knew Ron's identity, knew about the blackmail letter. You could be a detective because he then figured it out. That's possible. It could be Desi, but I wonder why. The two main ones are obviously Desi or Luke. I'm gonna go with Luke. Also because the silhouette just looks like Luke. The game just giving it to me there. She could be lying. It was in the house. How dense can you be if it's there? I know she wasn't. She seemed very honest. I said it was possible it was Desi. If I got it wrong, I was gonna go with her, but obviously it was Luke. Yeah, also his silhouette. I was like, Detective, look at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective, look at me. You mean Master Mask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. Now we get to talk about it, thank God. Shit. He is in actuality the true murderer of Kane Bullard. What the fuck? Hold on, Mr. White, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime. They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Look At Me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Master Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Master Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mask was Look At Me's airtight, watertight, and unsaleable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi. An anti-alibi, if you would. I came up with that myself, Your Honor. What the fuck? You know, it's almost time. For what? For Look At Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof the detective was the one who committed the murder. It's a race against the clock. Mr. Look At Me's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha! I bet it's only good when your life's on the ante. Wait, I really lose appeal? Damn, this sucks. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So, please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Ghost Maya. Mia. Why did I get their names wrong? I'm sorry. No, I was also thinking about Maya. Like, Maya, why don't you just, like, possess her right now? Where's Pearls? What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client. Take the path of trust. Ghost Maya. Maya, no! She's dead! She's haunting me. That's what's happening. That voice. It sounds like Mia. That too. I've heard it both ways. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look At Me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. Of course he said this in a second. Well, Sir Detective Atme. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who... That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Look at this motherfucker. Look at his hair. It's insane. This court finds the defendant, Luke Atme. Hold it! Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, well, sir lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Look at this motherfucker's eyes. And I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Master Mask? That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? He's Canadian? Oh no. He's like, no, not this. Is that a thing that Canadians say? I think, oh yeah, it's like, I like how I remember it because I remember the movie Yoga Hosers as a title. And they're all Canadian in that movie or some shit. I heard that was a very awful movie. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive. Inside your heart. I was about to say, like, no, she's not. She is dead. But okay, yes. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light, how's it going? Is it true that the detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back in the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. It's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Oh boy. Oh man, this is great. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. Well. How do you do, sir lawyer? Stop that. I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course! I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock in this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day, correct? Being tried as Master Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Mask. Of course. Well then, Luke Atme. Let's begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 AM, Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at the time? Oh, without knowledge. One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry. I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. The alibi. I was stealing the urn as Master Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. How do you know that? Did you read up on this? Huh? Seems the main point of discussion will be the photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great mask, the mask, cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Hold it! Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. What are you, fucking... You've been talking about my girl? Francisca? I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. The alibi. I was stealing the urn as Master Mask, just as I announced I would. Yeah, where are you now? So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called Master Mask. But conveniently, that also means that there is no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Objection! Ha! Are you saying that this is not in fact Luke Atme? That it could not be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask? That could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi? Oh! What an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? No, he had no accomplices. Give it up. If Luke Atme was at KB Security during the murder, then the Master Mask in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea who right now either. Baseless objections are just what that guy wants. There's gotta be another way. I'm gonna find it. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You're truly all evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor, while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. I know that's true. It is kind of odd. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence right here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had the picture taken on purpose. Objection! He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that. We all have days of being incriminated as a masked vigilante. Or a masked thief, not vigilante. Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as a perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. A sad blue melody. It looks like I'd better gather more information right now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. How about the camera that took this photograph? Oh, come now, it's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So the picture wasn't altered. But you were somehow in two different places at the same time. He has no accomplice, but there has to be a fake master mask. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullet at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the master mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is, and the photo itself is not a fake. So, let's look at the photo. It's almost 1 AM on the photo. Does not have 2 minutes to teleport. It's getting out. There's a bunch of paint there. In the box, which has no paint on it. His little marker thing was taken off and then planted at the scene of the crime. Wait a minute. It looks like the indent could have already happened. Like the square indent of the paint and the box. That looks like an indent. It could be that. They were placed in its box, kept out of sight. When Adrian dropped the Ern's box 2 weeks ago, she also knocked over some paint. The wooden box that had Secret Urn in it has paint stains on it, but there are no paint stains in the box. The box is fake. This would be the contradiction, I assume. You were not stealing the urn, because that urn is not... Well, that's not it. That's not the urn. Maybe the photo, then it's a contradiction. Or not? I mean, you could go with the fact, though, that there's no paint stains. What about the photo itself? We can then point it out. I mean, the paint stains could be hidden in the photo. Nope. I guess. It looks like there could be no paint stains on there. I don't know. Stealing the urn, just as I announced I would. The warehouse camera went off around 1 AM on the night of the crime. Huh. Is it daylight savings time? I doubt it. Let's press this again. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. It's all about the time. One or 2 AM. Kane died at 1 AM. Found in the shadow of the army face statue. Looks like it was torn off some clothing. 1 AM is the magic number for everything. Warehouse camera went off at 1 AM night of the crime. There's actually a number of... You got this. I've tried, Sky. There's like a number of fucking things I want to like contradict is the problem. It's either this one, saying he was not stealing the urn, as Master Mask. Or the photograph. Or my battery. Hang on. Battery, no! Oh no. Charge this baby up. Alright, there we go. I feel like it's the first one. Well, let's press this again, just because. Indeed it is. Man, the photo's certainly wearing a mask. No, this talks about an accomplice, but there is no accomplice. We could try naming one. Larry was the accomplice. Who's Lee? The victim, Kane Bullard, was the accomplice. Oh, let's give it a shot. You had an accomplice. I'll treat you to a penalty myself. Kane. It's obviously Kane. It was this person. That's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice? Well, the aura that this person has around them is, if you're going to judge someone by their aura, you'd be right up there as the #1 suspect, Mr. White. Well, that's fun. Auras are very viable. Give it up. We have fun here. Okay. Just as I announced I would. Brain hurting. Again. Security camera photo. The statue should be there, I think. It was moved at night. Give it some thought. Oh, I'm bad at this. You weren't here for me just like not even understanding what to talk to about Raw and Delight in the beginning of this trial. It was terrible. I'd hate to get stuck again, but trying to remember. I feel like these don't come into play yet. It could be this thing, the brooch, but we already talked about the brooch last trial, so obviously it's not that. We're trying to prove that he is the mask in the photograph. It's either fake or the photo in general is just a fake. Or to prove the photo is a fake, or mask to mask is a fake. Let's go talk to Maya again, hang on. Maybe she'll give me some hints. Has to be. Mask to mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. He says, I was stealing the urn as mask to mask just as I announced I would. One turned out to be my witness. The time on which the camera captured mask to mask was the same time as the murder. Yeah. And they're telling me that obviously the photo can't be fake, or at least the timestamp can't be altered. You could do like, is Photoshop a thing in this universe? You probably put it self-imposed on the background. Set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture. This data. There's no way that the picture could have been altered. picture cannot be altered, so it has to be Master Mask is fake. Stop pressing it! I meant to press R1. That's a good trick. I somehow had an easier time figuring out the circus trick than this in the last game. Where's the statue? It's not there. Wait, I meant this part. I don't think I should be trying the paint mark stuff yet. I mean, the box does look like, okay, here's my line of thinking, and it hasn't been working so far, is that the box has been fake, not really Master Mask itself, because it doesn't look like there's paint marks on the box when there was 2 weeks ago. Okay, let me think about this. She said that 2 weeks ago she dropped the box, and then oh no, got paint all over it. Maybe he filmed it before that happened, or I'm not really sure. But that's, I feel like that line of thinking isn't working right now. That's not what they want from me. They really need to prove the Master Mask thing is fake. Obviously he's missing the brooch thing, but that was already proven that he just tossed it, or it got tossed in the scuffle. His fake scuffle that he made up, because obviously that didn't happen. You can't alter the camera. At least that's what he says he can't do. Went off at around 1 AM on the night of the crime. Christopher Crane exhibit. When Adrian dropped the Ern's box 2 weeks ago, she also knocked over some paint. The paint is still there. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Let's just try to think about other things then. That's not really important. Cerebral hemorrhaging to the head. Found in the shadow of the Amy face statue. It looks like it was torn off of some clothing. But I mean, the paint is... This isn't really proving mask. The photograph contains no words. But in this case, one turned out to be my witness. Maybe the time. So if it's... Here's my line of thinking. 2 weeks ago, dropped the box. It should be have paint stains on it. But what if he did it before then? What if he did it before Adrian dropped the box and all that shit happened? All the paint happened. No. Fuck. What did they say? The time? What about the date? The timestamp on the photograph. No way that picture could have been altered. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, so the timestamp isn't altered in the data, but it says the data. That's the thing. That the data is what's effing with me. It says 1 AM on the night of the crime. Wait, on the night of the crime. Wait a minute. On night, not on the night of the murder. On the night of a crime. Is it specific? Can I look at it? Well, I mean, we thought the night of the crime was that night, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. Maybe that one's wrong. Maybe that, as weird as it is, maybe this piece of evidence is actually kind of wrongly worded. It is technically true. There is other pieces like this. The mask knocked out with the mask knocked at me out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. Obviously that did not happen, so this can be wrong. Text can be wrong. Hold on. Unless he knocked himself out, which counts as not being wrong. So let's just talk about this. This timestamp, it probably is true. At 1 a.m. this happened, but 1 a.m. at some other point in time, I'm not sure. Actually looking at where you are, this is stupid. There's a lot of stupid logic sometimes in this game. That's just like, you have to take this piece of evidence specifically and then find a contradiction here. And I was like, what? It's gotta be something here. What you have to do to progress is stupid. It's... I'm trying to figure it out. It's a lot. Well, I know it's not pressing twice. Unless I didn't press twice on everything. You know, let's press twice on everything just in case again. Let's do it. No, I pressed twice on this already. Fuck it. We're pressing twice on everything. Because that happened before. That was the thing that happened. It was insanity. I was going to lose my mind. Days before the heist. That would mean you sent out this card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There's no reason. Isn't there something odd about this? That's part of his ace detective skills, right? But the urn was stolen from Lord Taylor while he was the only one watching it. Maybe this is it. More time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. Is this the one I'm supposed to be contradicting? Hang on, let's press this again. Hired you at one point. That was over 20 days ago. It's not. Okay. Alright. Thank you for... I'm not gonna get off track here. But the photograph, it seemed like the paint stuff happened already, right? I'm gonna try the urn again. Nope. It's something to do with the whole timing of the photo, and maybe he staged a crime. Since he had 20 days, he had 20 whole days before his supposed murder of murder of the dude. He's just like, I'm gonna do all this. In those 20 days, he staged it already. I just don't know when exactly that happened. I mean, if it was paint, and he didn't know the specifics of it. Oh, wait, no, not this one. Save this. Save it here. I'm gonna save it here. We'll present. Oh, I presented the box. Not happening there. That present paint marks. Not that either. Maybe it's the urn, because it says at the urn, broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Okay, it's not that either. Boy. It's not these 3 items, at least on this last statement. That's something I know, at least. Fuck. Time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time in the murder. Camera data. I know, but that's not it at all. I know that. Man, this is a hard case. I don't know why it's so hard for me to think about this. That or I'm overthinking it. Like, I know it. Carried into the basement warehouse that they... Wait a minute. That too. Carried to the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night. I don't know why they did it like this. Oh my gosh. The first trial was like super easy. And I was like, man, this is too easy. I get to the second trial and I was like, this is too hard. No, there's no in between. Okay. I feel like... Maybe this is the key. Because this is also a key indicator of him staging the event of the crime. Because in the photo, you can see in the photo, it's not there. It's just, it should kind of be there. It would usually block, I guess, the paint. It was used to block the paint. That's what it was, but then it was moved. But it's not there. But there's paint. There's paint there. That's the thing. Did he predict paint would happen? Well, no. Okay, maybe it already did happen. All that paint stuff happened. But this happened on the night of the crime. He staged it too early. He staged it after Adrian dropped it, but before the statue arrived, because the statue arrived literally on the night of the crime. So let's try the statue. Let's try the statue in all the statements, because I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Watch I accidentally load into one of the previous save files of the game. That would be funny. I was like, what am I doing here? What? Photograph contains no words, but in the case, it's not really the case there. I hate to get help like twice in a row in this stream, but I may just bite the bullet soon. Mask with the photo. I'm trying now to prove that the photo is fake. I'm trying to prove that the photo time is fake, but maybe that's not even. I could be on the wrong line of thinking. Maybe that's also why I have trouble with this case. It's like this never kind of happened where it's like now you have the option to prove two different outcomes, either this one or that one. One of them is wrong. There's only one right one. Also try to contradict one of the many little statements in his testimony. Like what? It's like either prove that it's a fake master mask or prove the photo is fake. If you're on the wrong track, you could be here for hours. Also, apparently the event that is happening outside. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna ignore them. I don't feel like any... I'm presented on here. Why not? It has no bearing on the case whatsoever. I'm losing my mind right now. I was on the last statement anyway. It's like I'm just staring at the stream like, oh no. He's losing it. Gonna keep losing it if he keeps zooming in on his eye. That's not how you do that, man. Because you do this, the mask knocked at me out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. Just as I announced I would. I mean, there's nothing in the statements to talk about that, though. Time in which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. Bloop. Just, I'm gonna say 5 more minutes of that. Like, I know it's 5 minutes of me just thinking, but like, if it doesn't work, then yeah, I guess I'll ask for the help. Cause oh boy. So 7:30, we'll see what happens. I'm still on the time thing. I tried the Ami Fake Gold statue. Did work. I tried all 3 of these on the last statement. That didn't work either. I was stealing the urn, just as Master Mask, just as I announced I would. Security at Lordly Taylor. I will be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your Treasures of Coin exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Yours truly, Master Mask. I thought I almost heard the music stop for a second. I was like, I did it! It's like, no, I didn't. Obviously, it's a time for this. It just happens. The mask knocked at me out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. No. It's not this one. It's not this either. We've tried it with this many times. I'm gonna try it again, even though it's not the case. I thought that maybe the date was wrong. No, that would then be Phoenix's like reasoning, and then he'll just be like, "Hello, I'm here to talk about the date." I'm on this whole date thing. It could be the fact that the mask is fake. I don't know. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box. Kept out of sight. Alright. Oh, to accept defeat. Okay. It is 7:30. Tell me, what am I supposed to do here? Let's continue this charade. I got other cases to do. I got other games to play. I can't keep doing this. I want to play the Great Ace Attorney games one day, and I can't. I was just stuck with statement 3, and you'll be good. You got to be fucking kidding me! I didn't press every statement twice, did I? That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice. Think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse, and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be there. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Fuck you, game. I hate you. I hope this pressing twice never happens again. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. Let me save here. Told you. I don't know why they thought this is pressing twice is a good mechanic. Let's just put it in number 2 and 3. People will love it. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well then, let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph? Do you find funny? It's around here. Okay, it could either be the paint marks or it could be the fact that the statue's not here. Let's talk about the statue. The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Oh, blood! Now this is getting interesting. I was getting bored. Not exactly. The stain is actually a pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. This is a black and white photo. I don't know. From blood to peaches? The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? The golden statue. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot, covering up that paint. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. Objection! But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. That's so mean. Why you call her an old bag? Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Also, is that Adrian Andrews? Didn't she get arrested for faking a death of somebody? No, that's not important. Anyway, Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why the statue was moved that night? Not that big of a deal, desecrating a body. It won't get you that much jail time, it's okay. Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real reason is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Probably Luke. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke at me. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? I don't know, I'm safe because this child's messed with my brain today. It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be Master Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture is lie good? I'm gonna say the box. Please be right. Don't want to do this today. The lie is Master Mask. Damn it! I'm looking at the box. Oh, you're saying the Master Mask is fake? Ha! You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Huh? The current question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Master Mask's identity? Oh, buggers! Buggers! Your face has "oh buggers" written all over it. That's a penalty for you. So much penalty. I'm not taking that. I'll just skip through the dialogue, you piece of shit. That is 3 hits. I heard owie. Either the timestamp or this. Let's talk about the paint. Somewhere around here, jumping to conclusions again. As a Yiddish proverb goes, half-truth is a whole lie. Probably the timestamp. La hora. Naturally, the lie is in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Billard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. What does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. So in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Oh. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Does that have anything? What? I wish I could go back and look at the fucking log of this game, because long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory is a metaphor. Okay. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in this photo. Oh, he seems to be losing it. Order! Order! Mr. Atme, is this true? What moment, Your Honor? Have you forgotten this? Gonna fake that. What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. Objection! It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Hey, buddy, you good? Oh! Order, Mr. Godot! What is the meaning of this? He's still... Godot, I warned you about making me wait! Now put that coffee down! My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good till the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point. So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. What the fuck? I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that cannot be denied, which is, oh, it's 12 cup. Damn, that's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way to fall for that, Your Honor. What? Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Mask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. Oh yeah, go ahead. Give us the good old heist. I like a good heist. I first received a request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Svari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. It is not valuable. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all the stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Svarty! Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Sure. No problem, buddy, pal. I'm just gonna skip to the one where he says that he thinks is valuable. My dude, this urn ain't valuable. It's garbage. Is there actually evidence that it was invaluable? Which one says that? I forgot. Not that one. I guess we could press it. That Kane's list. It's not in there at all. We know it's not valuable, but fuck it, we're not gonna contest that again. Well, I'll press this one first. You mean this calling card? That's right, that is without a doubt my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this calling card authentic would have been child's play for him. There's like a lot of pieces of information here. And no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. That's the hell. First time. Press that. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed. To be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. No, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a good hard look at the court record. Not a lot to go on there, is there? Detective's covering his tracks. There's only one thing I need to prove in this cross-examination. He took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright, then how do we do that? There's one thing Atme stated very clearly, that he never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. Let's talk about that. So you're sure that you've never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews, confirm yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atme, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I pressed that one already. I sent my card 10 days beforehand. think we already pressed this, right? This calling card. I'll press everything at this point. Go back to the beginning. Just in case. You mean this box? It's a pathetic box. Damn! Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh, interesting. New tidbit. Talks about the calling card. Handled security in that room. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. It's like there he is. Alright. So like I said, it's broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. The box is also pathetic according to him. I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. Save here. The Korean sacred urn. Speckled urn, won't you? Ah! Oh god, there's loud noises. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. Mr. I mean, you really are a master mask. Then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course! Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read the passage from the calling card that Master Masks had written. Take a good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn? Yes, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there is no way that Master Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink, splotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error. Or should I say an error pro-human. Damn. My girl's like, no! And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious! And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Abney had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder is no longer holds water. Maybe you should have set the calling card when you didn't see the urn, buddy. Come on, man. It's the worst. There's a poster of it. There's a poster of the urn. Would you think they lied about it on the poster? Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Right, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Is that his 13th cup of coffee? Ha! It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Mask the Mask. He hasn't drank any of these cups yet. I don't know, he keeps sliding. I assume that's every time he keeps drinking it. I don't know. I can't keep... There's so many... He's just holding them. He does keep doing spit takes, though. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. Come on. You say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive? Might you marry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting a second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Rondelite, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Rondelite. Isn't that right, detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. What? Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Oldtimer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Motive for murder. Luke Atme had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Rondelite. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask the Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. Handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. But what? Found in Rondelite's room. Written by Bullard. Okay. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Motive for murder. Uh-huh. That's the part I have a bit of an issue with, and sent it to Ron, because I'm... Let's read this. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. What does that mean? My good buddy. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atman? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. When you want to fight, bruh? Oh, why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the context of the blackmail letter. I mean, I know what it is. He's part robot. He'd probably be you, but you know what, you're right. You gotta be careful with that dude. I know what it is. It's just, I don't present this. All those fun things there. Contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. I think it could be this, right? Dang. Ha! A little 2-1 punch like that wouldn't even faze me. Objection! I think you mean 1-2 punch. Mr. Wright! Try taking things through a little bit more and finding fault with others. God. Ouch. I sure felt that punch, Your Honor. Mean. I'm saving here. Anyway, let's try reading the blackmail letter one more time. I should have read that a little bit more. Oh, we're back at the witness testimony? Oh, god damn it. Let's go back to this. Why you do this to me? Maybe I should press these statements more. Let me try one more time. It's the ring. I know it's the ring. Why can't they just say the fucking ring? Come on, man! There's contradicting evidence. Read the evidence I have. Okay. Anything with checks. Well, obviously not that. This talks about the ring. Or, I'll be coming to Polo in the most priceless work of art on display in Treasure Korean. Take good care of spectacle of mask to mask. That doesn't really have anything to do with anything right now. This is obviously talking about the October 12th being $50,000. You don't... I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Haha, mask to mask. stolen, the gem and the thief. The precious gem, Tear of Eminon, priceless. I guess in this photo he doesn't have that, does he? Eminon, jewel, crown, artifact, left hand of Hades, a sculpture, portrait of Megina, a painting. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Eminon, the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is the jewel's color. Color? It's not much for discussing. I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping... Oh wait, no, I just realized. Motherfucker, you could take photos in color. I guess just security camera footage cannot be taken in color. Or can't be recorded at all. I see how this universe works. Oh wait, no I don't. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, whatever. It must be a very high-tech camera. According to the clipping, the jewel of the stolen... The color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. But red! Don't you watch Law and Order? It's 2016! It's not even footage! We just get photos in this universe. Security camera photos. It's like, come on guys, can't actually have a recording? The red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Eminon that Master Mask stole at all. Objection! And your point is, Mr. Trite. So you're trying to say that the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Please, everyone, stop, yes. This is who Kane Bullet was actually blackmailing. It was... Larry. I knew it. I knew Larry was behind all of this. So what, look. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. You have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single Master Mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. And received a jewel. As a reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring! That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullet wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Order! Order in the court! And all! It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh. I don't like the ways of the Kane Bullet blackmailing Luke at me. Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it clearly does. Kane Bullet threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Atme killed Kane Bullet because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is all what it comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atme wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as... I mean, technically he's also a blackmailer. I mean... 2 and 3 are correct in my idea, because he was blackmailing... good old He was blackmailing our defendant. So, you know, it's blackmailer. Let's go with blackmailer first. Luke at me was a blackmailer. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke at me. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Acme. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Amanon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case that would mean that Ron Delight was actually Master Mask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme. Shh! Silence! Okay. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you? Oh my god. You say I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case I would naturally know all about his relation to Master Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron Delight was Master Mask? Maybe he figured it out then. He just never mentioned it before. Found on the table at the crime scene. Could be these as well. Yeah. I remember he talked about the clothes. The brooch? No, if I save right now, then no. I'm gonna have to go a little bit back. I'm gonna skip ahead. Blackmailer. Because then I'm gonna have to, then I'd read you a fail state and then it'd be a little too long. Objection! That's also a pretty good voice for him. Yeah, the first crime. I could bring back the photo again, because maybe he figured it out via that. Slide. I brought up the brooch. That's not the case. Let's bring up the newspaper clipping again. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. He has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, you couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, the mask, was Ron Delight. No, I remember it. I thought it was the brooch, because he ripped off the brooch from his old costume. I was thinking something else. I did remember that Ron Delight would take off his fucking outfit and was like, I'm just gonna pretend to be like this. I picked a different evidence. Why? How dare you expose me like that? Well, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Master Mask. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you're neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and the murderer. That is your true identity. Why? You... How dare you even dare? Good, slowly deaf swine. So you feel fools. I see that if you can do my genus, you're just jealous. Scoon, discriminate. That's a detective blackmail. Oh, he's starting to get to the Joker. It's Joker 2. Well, that happened again. It would seem we've finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. We're gonna fucking, what, we're gonna do a third twist now and be like, it actually turned out that this is a triple alibi. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme. Objection! What? What now? What else do you want from me? The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already preparing to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You're a lawyer. You can't do that. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor that night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. But! Oh, the murder weapon? There's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! 14 cups. Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. Come on, man. I gotta prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullet's office on that night. But can you really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was at KB security, and the defense can't prove it. That'd be funny. The defense can prove it with evidence. Are you sure? Huh? Don't you worry. I'll watch over you as you break down and fall to pieces. Very well then. Let's see this proof. Prove that Luke Atme was at KB security that night. Uh-huh. Buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October. Okay, so I'm on the table at the crime scene. Found in the shadow of Ami face statue. It could be Kane's list. What if it's not actually Kane's list? It could be Luke's? This is the proof. It's true. That is very important. However, I'm not so foolish to think that will pass for evidence here. No, it's not the list. The fans can prove it. What about this? This probably was the murder weapon if I think about it right now. There are no fingerprints on it. He has gloves, but so does our defendant. Okay. The murder weapon. This is the proof. It's not. It's not the proof at all. I kind of guessed. Ron could take that as well. Let me think. He messed with the camera data. He found the KB security building at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. Ron dropped his wallet. Ron also used his card to get in. So he didn't use those things. He probably came in earlier. He was probably let in. I don't know. It's actually a little hard to prove that. There's got to be something. There was something that would prove it, right? The buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. in the CEO's office. It's C. Tony's badge. I knew it. I went with the buzzer. I went with the list, and I went with the. Did I go with the brooch? Buzzer, list, and possible murder weapon. We go with the brooch. He maybe took this from him and then put it there by the statue. No, he had that brooch when he already made the fake Master Mask costume. It's fine. Yes, he wasn't a Lord Lee Taylor. So... Oh, well, someone had to be in there, right? There's a third person that was there that pressed that buzzer. But we can't prove that it's him. That's the thing, it has to be him that was there. It could be a third party, we proved that, but it's like... We never used this list. It was just to talk to Ron with the list. How about profiles? Has acknowledged that he is in fact Master Mask. He used to work as a security guard. Watch out, Saul Goodman. About to be the best lawyer here. He could not have put him in the safe. Only Ron could have. That just proves that Ron could be a murderer. It's not great. Look. It's calling Pepper for the heist. You go through down every list. Long trauma to the head. Nope. I'm starting to devolve to just answering anything now. Luke at me was a KB security that night. I did the buzzer record. I think. Oh God, I'm starting to forget. Come keep security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. Aha. A blackmail letter. Well, we haven't tried the wallets in the office. Okay. Key card. Well, we can always try doing everything until we're, we have correctly guessed the right answer. Also, the music keeps stopping for all of these. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's this one. I was right. I was like, oh, wait, no. I tried buzzer record. Nope. Yeah, that doesn't prove it at all. This is difficult. Oh my God, it's so loud noises, I'm sorry. Maybe he doesn't have proof. Maybe we have to wait for someone to come in with evidence. It's time you learn the true flavor of life. The flavor of my special Gold Blend 49. Damn it! It's bitter. Very bitter. I can't prove it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. No! I actually couldn't prove it! I was wasting my time. But if we hear more of Detective Atmy's testimony... Objection. Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmy is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Master Mask. Oh. Well, not so, lawyer. It seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective. and as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order! Order in the court! That's enough deliberation over this witness. No! No, we can't do this! I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then, it'll be too late. Huh? But why? We've risked it all already. Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should the defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Master Mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Game Bullet is concerned. No way. In fact, you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here. It means that he will never again be tried as Cane Bullet's murder. No, 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 it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Come on, Phoenix. Now there's nothing I could possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free. You've cross-examined every statement and the witness has made here today. As long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? No! Phoenix, stick up something! And I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme. I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing, often makes mistakes as a result. What? Who is this? How did you? Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Hello, Mia! Please, help me. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the crane channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now let's do this. But there's nothing we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You've cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, the witness made a number of remarks. I am the ace detective that will, as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer, I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance. Very well. Then shall we prove their importance via cross-examination? At any rate, as long as the witness made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nothing. Oh, you know her, don't you? You know her. You stopped for a bit. Oh, sir lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Goodell, what are you? Very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. The last testimony. Indeed, it is I. It is true that I was at Lordly Taylor. I have to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I'd known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Savati! Therefore, all the evidence points at that poor boy. Are you serious? Oh no. Fantastic. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness' earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily repaired. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course... But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over the documents. It's elementary, sir lawyer. You are not Sherlock Holmes. Stop that. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, sir lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec, just one chance? It seems that the party is about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17. The last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial, and my heart rate. Find a final contradiction in his testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. It regulates it, true. Very well done, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. He did not go to load. He didn't. Oh, that was not Loadly Taylor. Okay. I can't really... It has to be a contradiction, I think, without any evidence. So I had this photograph ready. How did you know about the date? He just deduced that, I guess. That he was there. From the buzzer, which only sounded once. It did only sound once. He did have his his gloves. His mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. The victim likely mistook the color of the jewel. How do you do that? That'd be the last one. But he did say something interesting. How do you know about the day beforehand? Mr. Atme, about this last remark. Objection. You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. That the scum was in Kane Bullett's office that night. And now, it's time for me to trick my last cup. Mr. Wright, I will hold you to the end of the bargain. No! How did you know about the date beforehand? How did you ready a video? That doesn't make any sense. Oh boy. That's a distraction, okay. Oh my gosh. He was not a Lord Detailer. I could talk about that. Vitally important job request. What is a vitally important job request? If I ask him that question, that could lead him down the route of telling us where his whereabouts were, what is his alibi. I need to know what his alibi is. Objection. Nope. I also can't save or load the game when you're here. I guess, yeah, I guess not. I guess no more alibis, no more anything. I just need to press the remark that involves him being in there. Okay. How do you know about those? If you weren't in there, how did you know about those? You knew about you talked about the button, but how did you know about the key card in the wallet? Come on! That's an important question. Was it in the... I guess you're right. It has to be a contradiction. It's so weird because it's like I'm pressing something without a like I have to press a contradiction itself. It's like, yeah, you can press contradictions. That's basically presenting something, no evidence of something. I don't know. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. I just want to look at the evidence again, just to be sure. It only sounded once, right? No. Went off once. 1:02 a.m. So it went off once. There's no tricks. Went off once. Didn't have any fingerprints on it. You're right. how does he know about this? But that's not a contradiction. He was wearing his outfit. Fuck it, let's press this, I guess, right? Yeah, how does he know about the math? He wasn't here for this part of the case. This is all new part of the trial. Alright, so what the... Come on, man. Wait, I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Goodell. What? Mr. Amy, it seems you finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Amy? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. What? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed. That's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry? Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn that fact? Ron Delight was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime. That was, It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way that you should have known about that! You were in the next courtroom being tried as mask to mask. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well... Objection! Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. Objection. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Mr. Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. There's no way whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Detective Atme, you saw Mask to Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known that Ron was what Ron was wearing. You good? Hey, buddy, you good? Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. An awfully complicated incident. Him who was blackmailing looked at me, who was in turn blackmailing Ronda Light. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke at me tried to frame Ronda Light. He claimed to be guilty of Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with his plan. He used the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me? I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master Mask. Yeah, there's a time you won't get any qualms from me. He is Master Mask. Huh? So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? Oh. Isn't it like double jeopardy? He can't be tried for that crime again, can he? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it. I'm careless. Whoops. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is That's fucking hilarious. We double win, baby! A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was found innocent. Then Master Mask is really innocent. It would seem so. For now. For now? Oh yeah. Desi. Now then. This court finds the defendant not guilty for real this time. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this is so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. I'm in there for 9.5 hours. Crazy. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. But, oh, it's not 9.5 hours. I was thinking my own time. my own 6 to 2. Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Crane Channeling School? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Fair, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course! Well then, see you around. Mia. Oh, Mr. Right. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though. Now that all of this happened. Oh, come on, just be happy already! Maya! You've been cleared of murder charges and gone off as Master Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask? I did it all for one reason. For her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage for some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sticky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security, I lost all my money I had. She wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. Yes, it can. We did that before. We did that right now. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. But really, can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can. I kind of wish you would check with me out first. I don't know, but they're like, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Yeah, look at this baby. The Sacred Urn. Desi was the one who found us. Desiree, your wife. She always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, no, that time I was like, yes, it's the urn. They kept talking about the broken bowl. That one's too obvious. The other ones were very obtuse. There you are. Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you tell me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KP Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mask Guider. Mr. Light, what are you gonna do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast, there's no way he could ever get away. But did you say that you hated criminals? Oh? I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. Yeah, he was pretty insane. I say. Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them. Like a man. That is true. He did do that. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with drills and excitement. Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations! Oh, hey, what up, bro? And another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you, ever. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. And that urn. He's a perfect example of what one that was put back together even better than before. We did it. Wow, what a long trial. She's wearing a maid outfit. Good for her. Who's that person that with that bowl cut in the background in the scouter? That's adorable. We'll find out next stream. You've sometimes probably heard that there's maybe been some loud music. I hope it hasn't been too loud. It got a lot louder recently. I don't know. I didn't think that they would do anything today, but I guess the neighbors are really bogging out there. So we're gonna end it right now. Thank you for coming by, everybody. Sorry if my brain hurted a couple times during this trial. It was fun times. But that is it. Wednesday, I'll try to maybe stream earlier than I said, because I don't know if we're gonna do it again, because it still is kind of slightly hearable. I don't know. Well, we'll see. It may not be this long, because I didn't expect to go this long, but I did. It was a trial, and I did get sick a couple times, so that's probably why I went that long. But yeah, all right. Thanks a second, Sky. Anyone else stop by? And yeah, take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye bye. See ya.